Okay, you're welcome, guys. What a hot afternoon. Shey wahala not too much for this country like this. Okay, so this short video is just basically to talk about money. So through my extensive experience in this industry, I've had numerous people call me, or numerous people tell me that, Ola, okay, I bought a land and the price is reducing. I bought this land at 1 million and now it's selling for 850,000. How? You know, I've had people ask me that, okay, I actually want to invest in something, but I don't actually know where to do it. I don't know how. I don't know how to go about it. So actually, basically, this video is for everybody. So if you have a house or a land currently at the moment, I must congratulate you. Okay, so in this short video, I want to explain why people are actually investing in Ibeju Lekki. So now, when we see in Lagos State now, our eyebrow areas on the island are, you know, we have Lekki Phase 1, we have Victoria Island, we have Ikoyi, you know, we have the likes of Lekki Phase 2 and all. To explain why people are living in Ibeju Lekki, I have to go back to Lekki Phase 1, I have to go back to Victoria Island, because that's where the real land banking actually started. Because you can imagine, you would have heard different stories of someone saying, I bought a land here for 5 million and now it's 100 million now. No, why? I bought a land for 10 million now, it's 200 million now. So like, what's the main reason? How does this, how do all these things come about? So let me explain why. So you know, when we go to the island now, the commercial hub of Lagos State regarding to the island is actually Victoria Island, or we have Ikoyi. So we have a lot of these highbrow jobs here. We have a lot of these white collar jobs there at the moment. You know, the elites of the elite work around all those Victoria Island, Ikoyi. And when they finish work, all these people always need somewhere to live. They need somewhere to stay. Now that's why people are living around Victoria Island. People are living around Lekki Phase 1, Lekki Phase 2. That's why if you notice, the price of houses reduces as you go down. So you can have the most expensive houses at Ikoyi. Then as you get to VI, it reduces slightly. As you get to Lekki Phase 1, it reduces slightly. As you get to Phase 2, it reduces slightly. So it's mainly because of that commercial hub. So that is the place that is mainly in demand. That's where all the landmarks are. So it's this same concept that the Lagos State government wants to introduce at Ibeju Lekki. And this concept is called the Lekki Free Trade Zone. Now basically, this Lekki Free Trade Zone is a scheme by the government. It's like a plan for all manufacturers to be able to build, to be able to produce without having to pay tax to the government. So normally, as a manufacturer in Lagos State, if you're making any product, you know, you have to pay tax to the government. But now with this scheme, if you buy a land at the Lekki Free Trade Zone and you start manufacturing there, you don't have to pay tax to the government anymore. And that is why a lot of these manufacturers are moving their industries to the free trade zone. And that's why you would have been hearing Dangote refinery. That's why Dangote has spent over $10 billion on his refinery at Ibeju Lekki, because he knows when he starts producing, he won't have to pay any tax to the government. Now this free trade zone is actually covered by 16,500 hectares of land. And in simpler terms, that's almost about 250,000 plots. So it's a lot of space. So you know, a lot of manufacturers are actually moving to that area. So now the basic concept is, when people start working at the free trade zone and when activities fully kick off, where will workers here, where would they live, where would they stay? Because they always need somewhere to stay. After work, you don't expect someone that works at Ibeju Lekki to take a long ride back to Lekki Phase 1 to go home at night. You know, the traffic and everything. So they will always need somewhere to stay. And that's why people are buying lands massively at Ibeju Lekki. Because you know, the common saying goes, buy when it's a bush and sell when it's a city. So that's the main idea that is at Ibeju Lekki at the moment. So if you actually do your research and you check, the most expensive lands to get by Ibeju Lekki now are, let's say, Eleko, the sites around Amen Estates. We have sites around Eleko Beach and Lekki Free Trade Zone, because that is the commercial hub of Ibeju Lekki. Now, can you see the correlation with Victoria Island now and the island? So now, as you go further into Ibeju Lekki, as you go to the Ishe community, as you go further down, the prices of lands reduce. So that's the main concept behind Ibeju Lekki. So now, actually, another thing in Ibeju Lekki people need to take note of that. If you get beach view fronts, you're actually doing yourself a lot of good, because actually the most valuable properties in the world at the moment are properties that are actually located near water. So you imagine you having a beachfront plot at Ibeju Lekki at the moment. Okay, so I hope I've been able to explain clearly why people actually invest in Ibeju Lekki. So in subsequent videos, I will be explaining why people invest in, let's say, areas like Monwe Ofada, like Lekki Scheme 2 and the likes. And you can also leave your comments below and ask any questions that you want to ask, or anything you want me to explain in the subsequent videos.